So I figured I'd film a little bit because I haven't filmed anything of this. I just keep taking pictures every once in a while. But I've been putting in some work last 2-3 days, I think, on getting stuff fixed up on my K20 here. So I needed sheet metal because I didn't have any sheet metal, like just random stuff I can bend up. But I did have door skins, which are the things that go on the side of the door there, and it's like the outer sheet metal. And I was gonna replace them, but I gotta get new doors. These things are just too rotten. So they're like 20 bucks a piece, so it was worth it for me. So I'm just cutting out of this to use whatever I need in this. Here's the first thing I did. This was pretty easy, actually. This kind of sucked in here, but I welded all the way across here. The welds are all right. They're flux core, so it's kind of nasty. I'm gonna have to wire wheel all this and get it all cleaned up. But there's a little kink here, which I'm not worried about. Might collect stuff in the back of it, so I'll probably seam seal on the back side. I blew through here. I just started bleeding apparently. I blew through here, so that's kind of ugly. And then I came up and across, and originally I was gonna cut this back because, as you can see, it is in, but it also kicks out like up here, probably right here where these are. Yep, so right there it kicks back out and goes up. So I was gonna cut it flush here, but I figured I'd check, because if I cut it flush where that Sharpie line is, I was about to do it this earlier today, and it wouldn't come out under the rocker. So I checked on the other side with my hand that there's a hole in the rocker, so I just stuck my hand up there and felt around, and it kicks back out here. I don't know why they didn't just keep it, but Chevy, you know. So I got this in here. It's very clearly solid. I'm moving the whole cab structure there. Everything is covered in metal shavings. This interior was spotless before I started doing all this stuff and grinding and sending sparks everywhere. So I did this. That was pretty easy. I bent it up into that, whatever. This was a scrap piece of the rocker that I cut off, because the rocker used to come up to like here, so I had to cut it down to here. And so that's where that came from. Still should probably grind it down a little bit more, make it look a little bit prettier. But then I got this in here. That's another piece of door skin. So it kind of goes factory, a little narrow here, and then it fattens. And then somehow it like seamlessly blends into the top there. I think you lose a lot of the width in this piece here that I welded in, but I should flatten that out more probably tomorrow. But I gotta drill a hole in here. I did a little patch panel there too, little one, because this is all rotted out there. I might do something about that, probably cut it out and go up into here maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I got all that done. Then you gotta drill a hole there for the cab mount. And then this is the floor brace that sits in here and goes across to this. So that's sitting there like that, something. And I gotta drill holes here, and then somewhere in the center here there's another brace in there, and that's the outer edge of the rocker. And then I gotta do a little patch up here. I think I'm gonna go all the way back to where my weld ends there, and just go all the way across with a straight piece. Probably just overlap it, and then weld it all across the top of this. I think you're supposed to glue this panel in and overlay it, but it was too rotted for that, so I just welded it. It was the easiest thing to do. So I'll grind that down a little bit, make it look a little bit prettier, and all my welds are gonna get seam sealed Of course not these, but everything in the cab will get seam sealed. Outside stuff will get Bondo, whatever. And so after I get that in, and a new bolt for my cab mount back here, I'm reusing the old one. I had to cut it into fourths to get it off, but I'm gonna have to jack up the cab somehow to get that cab mount in, and I'll paint all this nice black. Everything in here I'll wire wheel as much as I can. Wire wheel this section of the frame. If I'm here, I might as well get this a little bit that I can. And I'll paint all this black, like undercoat, rust stopper, whatever. And then I'll probably get in behind the cab there too. But then I'll start putting in my actual floor pan, and that will come into this. It's got a little notch down, so it comes in with this, and this is even with the outer rocker. So I need to, anyways. So that'll come in here, and it needs, I'll probably do tack welds, or like I can't remember what it's called, rosettes, something like that. You drill a hole and then weld the hole, and that'll be connected all the way across this and to the cab support here. And then since this thing was so rotted, there's like an inch or two gap all the way around, and it's really big there because it just ends flat like right here. So I'm gonna have to rebuild all this, the entire edge I'm gonna have to rebuild, and so that's not gonna look very good. The other side I hopefully won't have to do that. I'll have to rebuild the edge of the firewall like I did over here, but hopefully not as bad, because as you can see there's still some floor. I'm gonna have to redo the cab mount and whatever, but hopefully I'll be able to leave a lot of the kick panel over there, and I'm gonna have to order one of these for that side too. But yeah, it's coming along. Here's my rocker that I cut to fit in there, but I decided I should probably do the floor first so I have access in here, you know, so a fella can stand, you know, whatever. And yeah, it's been like 90 in the 90s this last 3 days. It'll be in the 90s tomorrow also, but it would actually hit 100 today, which is the 5th. Today's the 5th. So yep, there's my truck. And I also got this mower I might as well mention. Don't want to upload a 10-minute video, you know, but I got this mower. It was free. The clutch, the mower deck clutch blew up. You can see all the ball bearings are everywhere over here, so I need a new one of those. Fleet Farm didn't have it, so I think I'm gonna have to go to a Tractor Supply to get that, or maybe I'll just order it, something, I don't know. But if you're ever welding in a vehicle, by the way, disconnect the battery. I just disconnect the negative so it can't ground, because you can blow up a battery or short it out, whatever. You're sending a lot of voltage and energy into the metal here, and you don't want to mess up your battery at all. So thanks. That's just a check-in kind of for me in the future, but thanks for watching.